morning. I'm Judge Amy Carter. This is Courtroom 1, Session 1. Could I have the attorneys place their appearances on the record, please?
Coffee Kennedy Swanson on behalf of the Office of the State Attorney.
Thank you.
And Manuel Soto Diaz with the Office of Public Defender.
Thank you.
William Bush, President. Don't hold that against him now.
I like the wishes.
Problem is he's got another case on his wife. Well. Here's the
Sir, good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Cornelius Murat Rogers.
Mr. Broaddus, you are here in 19MO1257. You were arrested for open container. There is probable cause, sir. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Was there an offer for Mr. Broaddus?
Your Honor, State will make a 15-day offer. State would also request on Mr. Broaddus' case that he's out on ROR on a sitting and lying. We ask that bond be revoked.
Mr. Broaddus, if you want to resolve your case today, you can always plead to the court.
Plead to the court.
Is that what you want to do, Mr. Broaddus?
Your Honor, our concern would be
Okay.
that we saw him last week on a sitting, he got ROR this weekend, and now he's back here again on another charge.
Okay. Thank you.
Plea to the court and enter a plea of no contest.
Okay, I just need the plea form, please.
Contest, no contest.
Jenny, how many days does Mr. Broaddus have? 2. Does he want to resolve the sitting and lying on the sidewalk case too while we're here?
Mr. Broaddus, do you want to resolve the other case that you have, the sitting or lying on the sidewalk case?
I don't think.
You
they
said I
can
could
for-
plead to the judge?
Tell me that again?
You said I could plead to the judge, right?
Correct. But you have 3 cases, Mr. Broaddus. So I'm trying to see if they filed an information yet on the trespass. So, Mr. Diaz, he could resolve all of his cases today if he wanted to, and information was filed on July 2nd on the trespass.
Okay. We'll write down all the case numbers on this plea form.
Okay.
Your Honor, I don't have the the MM number.
It's 19MM 5057.
Okay.
Do you have the MO case?
I do 19MO1257 and 19MO1236.
Okay. Jenny, how many days does he have on the trespass? Two? And then what about the lying on the sidewalk? Two? Three, okay. Did he sign the plea form, Mr. Diaz?
I'm sorry?
The plea form?
I believe he's still thinking about it, Your Honor.
Oh,
How many days?
You have 2 on your new case on the open container. You've got 2 on your trespass, and you've got 3 on your lying on the sidewalk. You'll be released today, Mr. Broadus.
I signed a plea for mine.
Thank you. Mr. Broadus, did you read the plea form before you signed it, sir?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Do you have any questions about any of the rights that you're giving up today? Do you have any questions about the plea form?
The plea form,
Do you have any questions about it, sir?
into a plea, right?
You are. Plea of no contest.
Okay. Yes, yes, yes.
All right, sir. Mr. Broadus, I'm going to accept your plea on each cases, adjudicate you guilty. In 19-MO-1257, I'm going to sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail. You have credit for 2 days' time served. In 19-MM-5057, I'm going to sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail. You have credit for 2 days' time served. And in 19-MO-1236, I'm going to sentence you to 3 days in the Orange County Jail. You have credit for 3 days' time served. You're going to have to pay court costs. Those are due by July 8th of 2020, and you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing, sir. Thank you, Mr. Broadus. You have a whole year, Mr. Broadus, okay? Are we doing all the move-ups first and then Mr. Stewart's case? Are these, is this the move-up? Yeah.
Here's my payment. Truth, I'll try to someday.
Hi, good morning,
But
sir.
it's still how to do it.
Tell me your name, please.
Benedictus Johannes Joseph Maria Crucis, police officers.
Sir, you were here in 19-MM-5598. You were arrested for trespassing. There's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender. Was there an
Thank
offer
you.
for Mr. Benedictus?
No, Your Honor.
Who's my public defender? I hope for my best guy.
Mr. Diaz, did he want to resolve his case today?
Your Honor, may I have a brief moment with him?
Sure.
Thank you.
He's what? Oh, okay.
He's on probation for it,
No, he's on conditional release.
conditional release.
No clip on my ID job. I'm under arrest. I don't have them on my feet today. Here's my release form. Folding it up quietly, though. My turn. Let's all get well soon today, please. It's our best way to live. Doing my hope I do good at it. My hope tree is built. Now for our treasure chest love. If anyone sees my wife guarding my way out, I don't know her ways.
Mr. Diaz, do you want to file a motion for,
That's what I think would be best.
In and out.
He was just placed on conditional release, I think a little over a week ago, so.
He went
And it
out,
looks
so
like-
his choice out, thumb down. Thumb down, first turn.
it's the same spot.
Okay.
So the address in the conditional release order is the same address.
Carlson Drive, 7585 Langdon Street.
All
Precinct
right, so
23.
I'll leave his bond set at $500 at this
College
time, then you
Park.
can file any appropriate motion.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you, Your Honor.
thank you, sir.
Can you give permission to my banker to give me my bank card, please?
Sure.
Regents Bank, bank card
Okay.
worker? All right,
Thank you,
thanks,
sir.
John. All right, I'm going.
No, no action.
Donna Ronald Coley, is gonna vote.
Okay. All right, this is 19MM5620. I'm gonna reset his case for tomorrow morning. Good morning, tell me your name, please.
Leonardo Gonzalez de Mesa.
So you're here in 19 CF 725. You failed to appear for a pretrial on June 19th of this year. Your bond is currently set at none. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you if they weren't previously appointed. And you'll have to see the judge downtown to see about a bond, okay? Thank you, sir. Excuse me, good morning, sir, your name? Sir?
Indar Rameshwar,
You were here in 19 CF 9715. You were arrested for aggravated battery. Bless you. There is probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I'm going to order that you're not to have any contact with Hemraj Balkasoon, and you're not to possess any weapons or any firearms while out on bond. Your bond's $2,500, sir. Thank you.
Hold on just one moment. Your Honor,
Yes,
my understanding is that Mr. Rameswar lives with the victim.
okay,
Can he have a one-time
sure.
order to pick up his personal belongings?
Yes, so make sure that you call the police and coordinate that with them before you go to the house. Otherwise, it will be a violation of the no contact order, okay?
So you'll call law enforcement, they'll meet you there, and they'll give you an opportunity to pick up some of your stuff, okay? I mean, not couches, things like that, but your personal items, you know, clothing.
I have a lot of stuff.
Well, I know, but usually that's only, they're only gonna give you enough time to pick up your personal hygiene items, clothing, things like that. You have to
Yeah,
pick up the other stuff some other way.
We rent the place and we rent good day. So we have a woman.
You calm down and then get your stuff, call law enforcement, and reach out there to get us, because I don't want to get you squabble. Mr. Sheehan.
Sir, good morning, your name?
Thomas Sheehan.
Mr. Sheehan, you're here in 19 CF 9709. You were arrested for possession of heroin and possession of drug paraphernalia. There is probable cause for each of the offenses. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I'm gonna order that you're not to possess or consume any illegal substances, sir. And at this time, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. You need to make sure that you stay in contact with your lawyer's office so that you're aware of your next court date. Otherwise, they'll issue a no bond warrant for your arrest if you fail to show up. All right, thank you, sir. Good morning, your name?
Carl Wilson.
Mr. Wilson? You are here in 19 CO 743. You were arrested for soliciting without a permit. There is probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Was there an offer for Mr. Wilson?
Adjudication 3 days.
Mr. Wilson, did you want to accept that offer?
3 days?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Case credit for 2, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I was taking a look at the trespass case, Your Honor. I believe it's a good follow.
Oh, was an information filed on that?
Checking. It has on the 13th.
So what's the case number?
2019 MM 5020.
Yeah, it has a pretrial common state. It's been filed 6/13, pretrial 7/25.
Can we resolve both today?
May I have 1 moment? Let me just get
Sure.
the cost investigation.
Okay. Your Honor, he's interested in resolving the other case also.
Okay.
I never bonded out on here. I never bonded out.
Okay.
There has been no cost investigation submitted in that, the other case. Do you know how much credit? 2 days? Okay, so we do the same offer.
Okay. So 3 days on each. He's got credit for 2 on each, so he'll be released today.
Okay. Your Honor, I don't have the, either the MO or the CO number.
So the out on bond is 19 MM 5020, and then the new case is 19 CO 743.
On that MM, never mind.
You were released last time, didn't make you pay a bond. Now we have resolved both of the cases together, so you don't have to worry about it. You start off on a clean slate, okay? Just 3 days only.
Mr. Wilson, did you read the plea form before you signed it?
Yes, ma'am?
Do you have any questions about any of the rights that you're giving up?
No.
Are you on probation?
No.
Are you a United States citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court this morning?
No.
All right, sir, I'm going to accept your plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty on both cases, sentence you to 3 days in the Orange County Jail. You have credit for 2 days on each case. Those will run concurrent. You'll also have to pay court costs. Those are due by July 8th of 2020, and you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Mr.
All
Wilson.
right, thank you.
Sir, good morning. Your name?
Derek Erickson.
Mr. Erickson, you are here in 19 MM 5672. You were arrested for trespass on property after warning. There is probable cause. Did you want a lawyer to help you with your case this morning, sir? You didn't-
I'd just like to plead out if I could.
Sure. Is there an offer for Mr. Erickson?
Adjudication credit for time served of 2 days, no return.
All right, sir. Do you want to accept? You can't return to the Wawa at 8049 East Colonial Drive.
So that means I'll be released today?
That's correct.
Okay, great.
Just sign that form for me, please. Mr. Erickson, did you read the plea form before you signed it?
Yes, I did.
Do you have any questions about any of the rights that you're giving up?
No, ma'am.
Are you on probation?
No.
Are you a United States citizen?
Yes.
Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court this morning?
No, ma'am.
All right, I'll accept your plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail. You have credit for 2 days' time served. You can't return to the Wawa. You'll also have to pay court costs. Those are due by July 8th of 2020, and you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing, sir. All right, thank you. Yep. Are we still in the move?
Yeah, this is the last one.
This is the last move, okay. Sir, good morning, your name?
Alexander Diallo.
Mr. Diala, you are here in 19 MM 5639. You were arrested for possession of drug paraphernalia and petty theft. There is probable cause for each of the offenses. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Is there an offer for Mr. Diala?
There is not, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Diala. At this time, your bond on count 1 is $500. Your bond on count 2 is $100. Thank you,
And
sir.
that's for no return as well, Your Honor.
Sure.
Total line.
Yeah. Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Stewart.
Good morning, Your Honor.
You represent Mr. Bush, is that correct?
Yes, Judge, I do.
Okay. All right, this is nineteen CF 9710. My form says on his out-on-bond case, Mr. Reese represents him, is that correct?
No, Judge, we filed a joint motion for substitution of counsel in front of
Okay.
Judge White.
All right. And then this is 19 CF 9710. Sir, you were arrested for possession of cocaine.
Yes, ma'am.
There is probable cause for that.
Your Honor, we've agreed to a $5,000 bond, no action on the out-on-bond case.
Okay. Mr. Stewart, did you want to be heard at all?
No, Judge, no.
All right, Mr. Bush, I'm going to set your bond at $5,000 in 19 CF 9710. You're not to possess or consume any illegal substances, and I'll take no action in 17 CF 13138. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
It's an honor to be in front of you, Judge. It's my first time.
Thanks. Have a great day. Sir, good morning. Your name?
Hatim Abdul Jalil.
Sir, you are here in 19 CF 9695. You were arrested for battery on a law enforcement officer and resisting officer without violence. Your affidavit seeking the appointment of the public defender states that you make $800 per week. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you don't have any family members or children that you take care of?
I have my my 3 stepkids and family back home.
Okay. So how many dependents would you say you have?
About 8 people.
Okay, so based upon your testimony, sir, I'm going to correct your affidavit, and I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Your bond on count 1 is going to be $3,500. So where do you live?
I don't live anywhere for the past 8 months. I've been driving an 18-wheeler, and I don't have anywhere to stay. Like, I just stay over the road.
I see, okay. All right, actually, your bond, I'm not gonna modify the bond. The bond is 5,000 on count 1 and 300 on count 2. Thank you, sir. Good morning, your name?
Tariq Bagley.
Sir, this is 19 CF 9706. You were arrested for grand theft of a motor vehicle. There is probable cause. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You also have 19 CF 9707 where you were arrested for burglary of an occupied dwelling. There's also probable cause for that offense. Your bond in 19 CF 9706 is $1,000. Your bond in 19 CF 9707 is $150. Sir, you're not to return to 623 Columbia Street. All right? Thank you.
Oh, okay. So do you guys- Yeah.
Good morning, ma'am. Your name?
Summer bond.
Ms. Bond, you were here in 19 CF 9713. You were arrested for possession of heroin and possession of drug paraphernalia. There's probable cause, and I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Your bond on count one is $1,000. Your bond on count two is $150.
Your Honor, you said 100 or 150?
Oh, I meant to say 100, but I
Okay.
think I said 150. Thank you. Sir, good morning. Your name?
Onyx Camacho Ramirez.
Sir, you were here in 18 CF 16175. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant where probable cause was previously found. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you.
Your Honor, if I may, very briefly before we get into setting conditions of release,
Sure.
he was arrested on I believe, the 9 counts. The state only ended up filing on 3.
Oh.
I have a copy of the information. May I
Oh,
approach?
Sure. Thank you. I wasn't aware of that. All right, Mr. Ramirez, I'm going to order that you're not to possess or consume any illegal substances while you're out on bond. You're also not to possess any weapons or any firearms.
I have a logistical question for Neg. How do we since we filed a trafficking charge, which is not, he was not arrested for, how do we set bond?
Can we just pick one of the charges?
Counts 1, 2, and 3, I can close out the rest of the state on file, but set the bond according to the charge. Like,
Okay,
you know, set count 1 as it was traffic.
Okay.
And I'll do the state file and match up.
okay. It was just more of a logistical question.
No, I wasn't aware of that. Okay, so I'll just use count 1 as the count 1 here.
Right.
And then they already have the resisting officer and then providing false ID is on here, so we can set bond on those just as it's set, and then you'll just close out the other ones?
Count 1, 2, 3, and I'll close out the rest.
Okay, all right.
So the ROI count 4 through
Through
9.
9. How long has Mr. Ramirez lived here?
Like 3 years.
Do you have family in the area?
Yeah.
Who lives here?
My mom,
Okay. Do you,
Oak Ridge.
do you have a job?
Yeah, I work on roofing.
Okay.
Yeah, I trained myself because I didn't know like about this.
Uh-huh.
I want to train so I can get through this. Yeah,
Okay, you turned yourself in?
yeah, yesterday.
Alright, I'm gonna set his bond on count 1 at $3,500. Count 2 is gonna be $100. Count 3 is $100. Thank you, sir. And then ROR, that's the rest. Sir, good morning. Your name?
Call Sincere.
Mr. St. Cyr, you're here in 19 CF 8833. You were arrested pursuant to a probable cause warrant for possession of cannabis with intent to distribute and possession of cocaine. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Your bond on count 1 is $1,000. Your bond on count 2 is $150. Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, may I have a brief moment, Mr. Seer, before we dismiss him? Thank you.
Sir, good morning, your name?
Hurricanes Dorsonville.
This is 19 CF 9552. You were arrested pursuant to a probable cause warrant for fleeing and eluding. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you, sir. I'm setting your bond at $3,500. Thank you.
Your Honor, I also need a brief moment.
Sure. Good morning, your name?
McKinney Francois, ma'am.
Sir, this is 19 CF 9694. You were arrested for possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver, possession of cannabis less than 20 grams, and possession of drug paraphernalia. There's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you, sir. Your bond on count 1 is $1,000. Your bond on count 2 and 3 is $100. Thank you. Sir, good morning. Your name?
Johnny Jerome Johnson.
Mr. Johnson, you're here in 19 CF 9704. You were arrested for burglary of an unoccupied dwelling and possession of methamphetamine. There's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm going to set your bond on count 1 at $500 and your bond on count 2 at $150. And sir, you have reporting requirements when you are released from the jail.
Ma'am?
You have reporting requirements when you're released from the jail.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Give me an address change.
Oh, you did?
Mr. Robert, it should have been yes.
Oh, just a second, Mr. Diaz. Oh,
Next time.
oh, no, not Mr. Johnson? Okay, all right. That's okay.
Mr. Rodriguez.
Sir, good morning, your name?
My name is Misael Rodriguez, ma'am.
Sir, you were here in 19 CF 9701. You were arrested for fleeing and eluding, reckless display of a firearm, and falsely personating an officer. There is probable cause. Sir, you don't qualify for the public defender based upon your affidavit. You indicated that you make $1,200 per week. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am, I'm a UPS driver for 25 years.
Okay,
I've never been in trouble in my life,
okay.
and I want to explain myself about the situation.
Well, I'm sure you do, sir, but today's not the day for that. Today, I'm just gonna set your conditions of release. When you're released, you're gonna wanna go and talk to a lawyer about your case, because you're gonna
Yes,
have
ma'am.
another court date, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You need to try and hire a lawyer to help you with this case, because like I said, you don't qualify for the public defender. If you're unable to hire someone by the time you go back to court, let the judge know what steps you took to try to hire the lawyer, and they'll be able to readdress that issue with you at that time.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I don't know how I'm gonna post bond because I don't know anybody up there. And, you know, I don't wanna lose my job. I already do lose
I
this day, today,
Sure.
and 25 years of service is a lot.
I understand, sir, and I believe that you qualify for a pretrial release. So what that means is you don't have to post any money to get out of the jail, but you will be supervised by the pretrial services office while you're waiting for your case to resolve.
Yes, ma'am, I
Okay.
will appreciate that at all.
Okay, so I'll order pretrial release, and then try to hire a lawyer when you get out.
I'll try, I got too many bills, it's unbelievable.
Well, do your best, okay?
Oh, my God, you don't know. It's, I going through hell with something that I didn't even do.
Okay. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day. Everybody have a nice day.
You too, sir. Sir, good morning. Your name?
Dominique Seabrook.
Mr. Seabrook, you're here in 19 CF 9702. You were arrested for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, possession of cannabis greater than 20 grams, and driving while license revoked as a habitual offender. There's probable cause for all of the offenses, sir. Based upon your affidavit seeking appointment of the public defender, it states that you make $950 per week. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, about that.
Okay, and you have 2 dependents?
Yes.
All right. So, sir, you don't qualify for the public defender's office. You're gonna have to try and hire a lawyer to represent you.
Actually, I have one.
Okay, who is that? Oh, Carlos Pius.
Yes.
Okay, have you spoken to Mr. Pius about this
I haven't.
case? Okay.
Do you want to postpone your hearing?
Do you want to see if you can get in contact with Mr. Pius and I can reset your case for tomorrow?
But I have a court tomorrow.
You have court tomorrow?
Yes.
For the out on bond case?
Yes.
Bond on count 1 is $4,000. Bond on count 2 will be $150. Bond on count 3 is going to be $150. At this time, I'm gonna revoke the bond in 19 CF 8483, 8482, and 4389. I'm gonna set bond at none in those cases. Mr. Seabrook, you're gonna need to get in touch with your lawyer and let them know you're here, and they'll be able to transport you to court. Okay? Thank you, sir. Good morning, your name?
Kelvin Till.
Mr. Tillman, you are here in 19 CF 9717. You were arrested for possession of cocaine within 1,000 feet of a convenience store, possession of drug paraphernalia, littering an open container. There's probable cause for those offenses, sir. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Your bond on count 1 is gonna be $1,000. Your bond on count 2, 3, and 4 is $100. At this time, I'm not gonna take any action on 19 CF 7481. Thank you, sir.
I'm sorry, now what was the bond on count 1?
$1,000.
Thank you.
Good morning, your name?
Daniel Toronto.
Mr. Toronto, you are here in 19 CF 9708, you were arrested for possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Your bond on count 1 is 500, your bond on count 2 is 100. Thank you, sir. Good morning, your name?
Sylviana Williams.
Ms. Williams, this is 19 CF 9705. You were arrested for burglary of an occupied dwelling. There's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You can't return to 627 Columbia Street. Your bond is gonna be $500. You also have case number 19MM 5664. You were arrested for trespass in a conveyance. There's probable cause for that. Your bond will be $100. 17 CF 5327. I will take no action on that case, ma'am.
Huh? No, I know. Your Honor, I'm sorry to bother you with this. Can I take a moment to see what's going on in the 17 CF case? I don't,
Sure.
thank you. Give me just 1 second.
On a pre-trial conference, 8-6, case management was today. Commission council, June. So, yeah. Second was a PTD rejection.
Your Honor, Ms. Williams is concerned that because she's homeless, she won't be able to pay the $600 bond. I understand that she was out on bond, and Your Honor was gracious enough not to revoke it, so she wanted me to let you know that she likely won't have the financial resources to bond out.
I'm not
Good
gonna
luck,
modify
ma'am.
it at this time, ma'am. Thank you. And Mr. Dietz, I'm sure you're gonna let her lawyer know that she's here. She was
Of
supposed to be in
course.
front of Judge White this morning, okay. Good morning, your name?
Kiera Habdi.
What's your last name?
Habdi?
Habdi?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ma'am, this is 19 CF 9703. You were arrested for burglary of an unoccupied dwelling. I'm going to appoint the public defender. I find probable cause for a trespass, ma'am. And I'm gonna release you on your own recognizance at this time. Make sure that you stay in contact with your lawyer's office so that you know when your next court date is. Otherwise, you're going to get a warrant issued for your arrest with no bond.
Yes,
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Sir, good morning, your name?
Miguel Zepeda.
Sir, you were here in 19 CF 9712. You were arrested for false imprisonment and battery. There is probable cause for the offenses. I'm going to appoint the public defender. Well, you didn't fill out the affidavit, sir. You gonna hire a lawyer to help you, or do you need to see if you qualify?
I'm gonna hire a lawyer.
Okay. So your bond on count 1 is $3,000. Your bond on count 2 is $100. You're not to have any contact with Tamara Vieira. Who represents you on, oh, Daryl Smith?
Your lawyer in the other case, Daryl Smith? Oh, yeah. Okay, that's what she's asking about.
What was the question?
She wanted to know who represents you in your other case.
I think that's his name.
Yeah, Mr. Smith.
Robert, can I have him, drug tested through pre-trial? Okay. All right. So I'm not gonna take any action on your out on bond case today, sir. I'm not gonna revoke the bond, but I'm gonna add the additional condition that you're gonna be randomly, tested for drugs through pretrial release. Okay? Thank you.
Yes.
Sir, good morning. Your name?
Ernie Roderick Strip.
Sir, you're here in 19 MO 1267. You were arrested for being in the park after dark. There's probable cause. Did you want a lawyer to help you with your case this morning?
No,
All right.
I fell asleep.
Miss Kennedy Swanson, is there an offer for?
Withhold credit for time served.
All right. So did you want to accept that to the withhold of adjudication and credit for time served?
Okay.
I just need you to sign the plea form, please. Mr. Tripp, it looks like you have a hold for Hillsborough County, so you'll be transported there after you resolve this case today, okay?
Okay.
It's credit for 2 days, Your Honor.
Okay.
Pardon me?
He has credit for 2 days.
2 days, thank you. Mr. Tripp, did you read the plea form before you signed it?
I read the original, yeah.
Sure. Do you have any questions about anything that's on the form?
No, it was time served, correct?
That's correct.
And no monetary,
Well, you'll have to pay court costs.
what is that? I don't know.
Well, there are costs that are assigned to the case, and I'll give you 1 year to pay them. I can't waive them.
A year.
They're statutory,
okay.
okay?
Understood.
If you can't pay, you have to go down to the courthouse downtown and let them know, and they'll be able to let you know what you need to do.
In a year.
You have 1 year. You can go before then, but you have a whole year to pay them off, okay?
Okay.
Are you on probation?
No.
Okay. Are you a United States citizen?
Yes.
Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court
No.
today? All right, sir. I'll accept your plea. I'm going to withhold adjudication, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail. You have credit for 2 days' time served. You're gonna have to pay the court costs. Those are due by July 8th of 2020, and you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing. All right? Thank you, sir. Good morning. Your name?
Gerard Dale Thompson.
Mr. Thompson, you're here in 19 MO 1268. You were arrested for disorderly conduct and state misdemeanors.
The first adjudication credit for time served of 2 days.
Okay. There is probable cause. Mr. Thompson, did you want a lawyer to help you with your case this morning?
No.
Do you want to accept the offer from the state?
You say 2 days credit?
Correct. A
Yes.
withhold and credit for 2 days.
It's an adjudication, Your Honor.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's an adjudication, Mr. Thompson, with 2 days.
What does that mean?
You'll be adjudicated guilty. You'll be convicted of the
Already?
crimes. You want to accept it?
Yes.
Okay. Sign the plea form, please. Mr. Thompson, did you read the plea form before you signed it?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about any of the rights that you're giving
Not at
up?
all.
Are you on probation, sir?
No, ma'am.
Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court today?
No, ma'am.
Are you a United States citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I'll accept your plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail. You have credit for 2 days' time served. You are gonna have to pay court costs. Those are due by July 8th of 2020, and you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing.
Since I stay in St. Augustine, but I have to come back and pay, I can send it
You stay where?
St. Augustine, Florida
Oh, so
Can
you
I go
can
to
go
that
online,
court?
I think, with the clerk's office now and pay those online.
already. Why, you're gonna give me a copy?
You'll get paperwork when you're released from the jail, yes. And then you can always go on the clerk of the court's website, and there'll be instructions there how to look up your case and to pay.
Already.
Okay? Thank you, sir. Ma'am, good morning. Your name?
Regina Boykin.
Ma'am, you're here in 19 MM 5665. You were arrested for trespass in a conveyance. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. Is there an offer for Ms. Boykin?
We withhold credit for time served of 2 days, no return.
Ms. Boykin, did you want to accept that offer?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Sure. It's a withhold of adjudication and credit for time served, plus court costs.
Where do you live? Where do you live? You live here in Orlando? Your Honor, I don't see that Ms. Boykin has, I believe, any record. She also has a low risk assessment. Why wouldn't she qualify for release to PTR? This is, and I'm sorry, Your Honor, not directed at you, but I guess to the PTR staff.
She has no address, no community ties, no emergency contacts.
Did you get to talk to them earlier? Did you get to talk to them earlier? The PTR people? No?
Mr. I'll release her ROR if she wants to
Do you live here? Do you
dispute
live
the
here?
case, or she could take the withhold and the credit for time served.
Okay, the state is making you an offer to resolve the case today if you want. Be withholding. Your Honor, she's going to accept the state's offer.
Okay.
I got that one right.
Ms. Boykin, did you read the plea form before you signed it?
She wants to know if you read the plea form before you sign it.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
read it, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any questions about anything that's on the form?
Will I get another court date after this?
No, ma'am, your case will be over today.
I'm sorry?
Your case will be over today.
Okay.
Okay, you don't have to return to court. But do you have any other questions about the plea form at all?
No, ma'am.
All right, and you're not on probation.
No, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court today?
Have I taken?
Any
Yes.
medication?
I didn't hear your answer.
I'm sorry,
That's okay. Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court today?
no, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to accept your plea. I'll withhold adjudication, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail. You have credit for 2 days' time served. You have to pay court costs. Those are due by July 8th of 2020, and you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing.
Okay.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Sir, good morning. Your name?
Edelmiro Castillo.
Mr. Castillo, you are here in 19 MM 458. You were arrested for trespass on property after warning. There's probable cause. I will appoint the public defender. Is there an offer for Mr. Castillo?
Adjudication credit for time served of 2 days, no return.
All right. Did you want to accept that offer, sir?
Yes, Your Honor, but that, I was actually I had rented for 2 weeks ahead, and I don't think the renter liked me. I was asleep when they came in to arrest me. He never gave me no warning.
Sir, that may be true, and you could dispute the charges at another day. You don't have to take a plea today. But you're not going to be able to go back to the Clarcona Horse Park. Do you understand as part of the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Did you still want to accept the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Can I get my warrant reinstated on the other charge?
Do what?
Can I get my warrant reinstated on my?
Your Honor, are you inclined to take any action on the out on bond case? She's not gonna do anything in that case.
I have a bond? Thank you, Your Honor.
We're not done. I need you to sign the plea form.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Appointing the public defender's office, Your Honor.
Yes.
Thank you.
No, sir. I'm gonna get, I actually rented it and help another person out, so she can stay with all my stuff. I'll just need someone else.
Mr. Castillo, did you read the plea form before you signed it, sir?
Yes, Your Honor, I read it inside the,
Okay. Do you have any questions about anything that's on the form?
no, Your Honor.
Okay, are you on probation?
No, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court today? All right. Do you have things at the campground that you need to get?
No, Your Honor, I'm gonna go ahead and donate them to a female.
Okay. Sir, I'm going to accept your plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail. You have credit for 2 days' time served. You can't return to the Clarcona Ocoee Horse Park. You'll also have to pay court costs. Those are due by July 8th of 2020, and you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing. And then 19 CF 6078, I won't revoke your bond at this time. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Ma'am, good morning. Your name?
Alexis McLeod.
Ms. McLeod, you're here in 19 MM 5677. You were arrested for battery. There is probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Is there an offer for Ms. McLeod?
No, Your Honor. It's a battery charge.
Right. All right, ma'am, you're not to have any contact with Grizel Ramos. You're not to possess any weapons or any firearms. Your bond is $500, ma'am. Thank you.
But wait, I can't make bond. That's the thing. I was living at the shelter with my daughter. And it didn't really even happen there. And she attacked me. I just got there with my daughter. I can't make bond.
What shelter are you staying
At the Coalition for the Homeless. My birthday's on the 25th.
at? Okay. Do you have a job yet?
No, ma'am, but I was about to obtain it, and she was about to start 4C through the program, through the coalition. And it was a crowd of people that was been at me since day one. I had my daughter with me and with my spouse. I didn't have a choice but to fight and to defend myself. I don't want you to make it seem like I'm this aggressive person, because I'm not. I'm not an aggressive person at all.
Just give me a second, Ms. McLeod.
Is there, a question for PTR, Your Honor? If her address is the coalition, will that not qualify her?
We just probably have to call and verify. Which coalition are you located on?
On Terry.
North Terry Avenue,
Yes, ma'am.
18 North Terry Avenue?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have a phone number for there?
No, ma'am. But my mom said if I do get out, if it's the Lord's will that I can come to her house, I don't have to go back to the coalition.
You have your mom's number?
Yes, ma'am. I put it on the file.
Ron, because the victim is of coalition, if you want to do bond or PTR, and I can go on and make some, see what I can do. She can stay with her mom, then that'll be great.
Ms. McLeod, your mom lives locally here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And there's an address you'll be able to provide to pretrial release to be
Yes, ma'am.
verified? Okay. So I'll do the bond or pretrial release.
Thank you.
But you still can't have any contact with Grizel Ramos or possess any weapons or any firearms. Do you
So
understand?
I can't become an armed security officer. I can't.
I'm not saying that today. I don't know what kind of consequences this battery conviction may have for you. You have to talk to a lawyer about that. Okay, but right now, you cannot possess any weapons or any firearms while out on bond. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
What's the bond on?
Oh, 500.
Okay.
Good morning. Are you Mr. Phillips?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, you are here in 19 MM 5673. You were arrested for soliciting without a permit in violation of a county ordinance.
I think it's the same thing.
And there's only probable cause for one of the counts. So.
Yeah, first time served on whichever one you find
He's
feasible.
at county probation, it says.
It's not, you're wrong, it's community service. I crossed it out.
Oh.
Yeah, he's not on probation.
Oh, okay. Then, Mr. Phillips, did you want to resolve your case today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. You have a plea form? Mr. Phillips, did you read the plea form before you signed it, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions about anything that's on the form?
No,
All right, and you're not on probation.
no, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court today?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to accept your plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail. You have credit for 2 days' time served. You'll also have to pay court costs. Those are due by July 8th of 2020. And you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yarisa Cruz.
Ma'am, you're here for an out-of-county warrant from Osceola County?
They're actually on their way to get it right now.
Oh, okay. So your bond is set at none, ma'am. Osceola County is on their way to pick you up. You'll see a judge at first appearance when you get there. And I'll take no action on 19 CT 1833, the out on bond Osceola County case. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Good morning, your name, sir?
Philip Cameron.
Mr. Cameron, you
Yes,
were
ma'am.
here in 19 MM 5647. You were arrested for trespass on property. After warning, there's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. Is there an offer for Mr. Cameron? Sure.
Adjudication credit for time served, I guess 3 days. No return.
All right. Mr. Cameron, did you want to accept that offer?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Sign the plea form, please. Mr. Cameron, did you read the plea form, sir, before you signed it?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions about any of the rights you're giving up?
No, ma'am.
Are you on probation?
No, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court today?
No, ma'am.
Sir, I'll accept your plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail. You have, for 3 days in the Orange County Jail. You have credit for 3 days' time served.
Yes, ma'am.
You can't return to the AMSCA at 4304 Clarcona Ocoee Road. You'll also have to pay court costs. Those are due by July 8th of 2020, and you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Sir, good morning. Your name?
Kevin Clayton?
You're Mr. Clayton?
Yes, ma'am.
This is 19MM 5535. You were arrested for resisting officer without violence and possession of drug paraphernalia. There's probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Is there an offer for Mr. Clayton?
Adjudication credit for time served.
Mr. Clayton, did you want to accept that offer?
What was it?
It's an adjudication of guilt and credit for time served. Okay, sign the plea form, please.
How many days, Nate?
7 days?
Oh, hold on a second. A few more words with the judge.
Mr. Clayton, did you read the plea form before you signed it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions about any of the rights that you're giving up?
No, ma'am.
Are you on probation?
No, ma'am.
Are you a United States citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court today?
No, ma'am.
All right, so I'll accept your plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 7 days in the Orange County Jail. You have credit for 7 days' time served. You also have to pay court costs. Those are due by July 8th of 2020, and you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing. All right, thank you.
Have a good day.
Sir, good morning. Your name?
Basilio Matias.
David Johnson, refused.
Okay, what about El Mustafa? Got it. And Mr. Dodson refused?
Yes, ma'am.
It was medical yesterday. All right, I'll reset Mr. Dodson's case for tomorrow and see if he wants to come. Tell me your name again, sir?
Basilio Matias.
All right. Sir, you were here in 19 MM 5605. You were arrested for petty theft. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. Is there an offer for Mr. Mateus?
There is not, Your Honor. He has over 4 petty thefts.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Mateus, I'm going to release you at this time on your own recognizance.
Your Honor, I don't want to be released from
Okay.
jail because I know I'm going to go.
Okay. All right, Mr. Mateus, I'm going to set your bond at $250.
Okay.
Okay, I'll leave it set there. You can't return to the CVS at 2201 Edgewater Drive, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
How about Mr. Fleming?
Fleming is medical.
All right. Mr. Diaz, any objection to me appointing your office and just setting his bonds? He can't resolve the case.
No.
Okay. So this is 19 CF 9679, Mr. Fleming. I will appoint the public defender's office. There's probable cause for possession of cocaine, destruction of evidence, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Bond is $1,000 on count 1, 150 on count 2, and 100 on count 3. And we'll waive his appearance. And Mr. Hoggabook?
Mental health.
All right. We'll reset Mr. Hoggabook's case. And Mr. Horn?
Medical, Your Honor.
All right, we'll reset Mr. Horn. Mr. Leon?
Leon's gonna be, sign language.
Oh, this afternoon, okay. Manhoff?
Mental health.
We'll reset Mr. Manhoff. And Williams?
It's gonna be a sign interpreter.
Okay. I'll do that. All right. So then are we on to the add-on in the 33-day?
That's for 1 moment, Your Honor.
Sure, no problem.
Your Honor, on the Paradise Bellamy case,
Yes,
can we recall that at 1 PM?
sure.
That's on the app, not here.
Yes.
State's ready on the rest of them.
Sir, the Spanish interpreter is connected whenever you're ready.
Good afternoon, I'm Judge Amy Carter. This is Courtroom 1, Session 2. Could I have the attorneys place their appearances on the record, please?
Kathy Kennedy Swanson on behalf of the Office of the State Attorney.
And Manuel Soto Diaz with the Office of Public Defender.
Thank you.
Mr. Morales Salas, we have no objection to RORing.
No tenemos ninguna objeción para el señor Morales Saures de concederle caución juratoria.
Sir, good afternoon. Tell me your name, please.
Buenas tardes, señor. Dígame su nombre, por favor.
Alcide Ramos Salas.
Alcida Ramos Sala.
Ramos.
Is the headphones not working?
That was my mistake.
Oh, okay, thank you. Sir, you're here in case numbers 19 CT 4978 and 19 CT 4979. You were arrested for no valid driver's license and attaching a tag that's unassigned to a vehicle. There is probable cause for both of those offenses. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Is there no offer for Mr. Ramos?
We wouldn't be able to, the state would not be able to make an offer at this time, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Diaz, he can resolve his cases if he wants to plead with the court this afternoon.
And also, I believe I heard the state say that she had no objection to ROR release. Is that true, Madam State?
Correct.
Okay. May I have a moment with you? Your Honor, he's going to, if the court is inclined to release him ROR, he'd like to be released on his own recognizance.
Okay, so he understands that he'll have to come back to court. I would do a withhold on each count today with time served if he wants to do that.
Let me explain that to him.
Okay.
He'll accept that offer, Your Honor.
Okay, I just need him to sign the plea form, please.
He didn't get a chance to review the plea form in Spanish, Your Honor. Can we, I think he's our only, is he the only Spanish
Yeah,
candidate?
you want to just take
Okay.
a second and go over it with him? Mr. Ramos, did you read the plea form before you signed it, sir?
He has the one in Spanish right now, Your Honor.
Okay, and you
He
reviewed that
didn't have
with
an
him?
opportunity, correct. We reviewed the one written in Spanish.
Okay. Mr. Ramos, do you have any questions about any of the rights that you're giving up?
No.
No.
Okay. Are you on probation?
No.
No.
Are you a United States citizen?
Yes.
Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court today?
No.
No.
Okay. Sir, I'm going to accept your plea in both cases, withhold adjudication, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail. You have credit for 2 days' time served. You do have to pay court costs. Those need to be paid by July 8th of 2020, and you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court in writing. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, Madam Interpreter, I believe those are all the Spanish cases we have this afternoon.
Okay, Your Honor, the interpreter will disconnect.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, sir. Tell me your name, please. My name is Archie Williams. Good afternoon. Mr. Williams, you are here in 19 MO 1264. You were arrested for camping. There is probable cause. Can I explain to you what happened? It was boring. It was just so hard for me. When it stopped, I didn't understand what had happened. Something came over to me. I started to break, but it just stopped. I didn't want to get sick. I just didn't want to get sick because I didn't want to get a rash. I didn't want to get sick. And they arrested me. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm innocent. No worries. I'll put up with it, but that's just what happened. All right, Mr. Williams. You have two choices today. You can contest the charges downtown, or you can enter a plea and resolve your case today.
The offer, the offer is adjudication credit for time served. Looks like he has 3 days.
6, 3.
There was the adjudication credit for time served, 3 days.
All right, Mr. Williams, I just need you to sign the plea form, please.
Yes, I accept that, that's perfect. Yes, it was my fault, I was guilty.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, thank you. God bless you all.
He was provided with this form in the back. Did he get a chance to read it?
I don't understand all of the English, I understand some of the words, but not everything.
What does he have a question about?
Well, honestly, some of the bigger vocabulary I don't understand. I really do better with the smaller words.
Does he know there will be no trial?
Senator understands that today is it.
Okay. Can we tell him, do you understand there'll be no more investigating your case?
Yeah, so I'm gonna be released today, that's what.
That is correct.
I'm promising to the judge I will never camp there again. What does the judge say?
I don't have anything to say at this time, Mr. Williams, we're gonna do your plea if you're ready.
I think he's ready.
Oh, yes, I'm ready.
Okay.
Your Honor, he likely didn't read this fully. If you don't mind going over the rights
Sure.
very thoroughly. Thank you.
Mr. Williams, do you understand that you're giving up your right to have a trial by entering into this plea today?
Oh, I understand. I wasn't sure what a trial was, but okay.
Okay. Now you understand?
Yes, yes, I understand, yes.
And you don't want to have one?
Oh, no, I don't want that, no.
Okay, all right. Well, Mr. Jones, I'm satisfied that he doesn't want to have a trial. If there's ever an issue, I'll be happy to
Sure.
revisit that at that time, but I'm just going to go ahead with his plea. I'm satisfied that he understands he's giving up his right to a trial. He's entering a plea. He wants the case to be over today. But like I said, if there ever is some sort of issue that should arise, you can file a motion, and I'll be happy to grant that.
Sure.
Okay. Mr. Williams, are you on probation?
Oh, no. Probation, what is probation?
Mr. Williams, do you have any other court cases?
I've never broken the law before.
Okay, all right. Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court this morning, or this afternoon?
Oh, I didn't do that. Never, never. I'm really against that. You know, I know better. I know better than that.
Okay. Are you a United States citizen?
Well, yes, I was born in Chicago.
All right, sir. Well, I'm going to accept your plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 3 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 3 days time served. You have to pay court costs. Those are due by July 8th of 2020. If you can't pay the court costs, sir, you have to go down to the courthouse downtown and go to the clerk's office, and they'll be able to assist you with that.
I don't know where that is. I have never been in Orlando. I'm not really familiar. I just moved here, and I don't know where anything is here.
Thomas, the big building.
It's the Orange County Courthouse.
That's that big building? Oh, okay, okay. What street is that on Orange Avenue? Oh, I'm not sure. Oh, I think it's close to, 7-Eleven there, isn't there?
Right across the
Yes.
street? Yes.
There's a bus stop there.
Yes.
Oh, that's what that is, okay.
Okay. So, sir, you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court. Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
Oh. Am I going home today?
You are.
Today?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Right.
I hope you have a great day. You too, thank you.
Thank
you.
Very
much, my lawyer.
Be good, man.
Okay.
Come on up.
Sir, good afternoon, your name? Mr. Williams? So Robin, he doesn't qualify, yes? No, he won't. Okay.
Either means I can't hear, or means I can't hear.
This is Mr. Williams, correct?
It is. Traveling Williams?
Yes.
No? Definitely?
What's the matter?
Your Honor, I've written on my pad, what is your name? And he's responded back, Trevelyan Antion Williams.
Okay.
And that's the identity that he has, or the identification card that he has affixed to his chest.
Okay. Does Mr. Williams not sign?
It doesn't appear so. I don't.
Okay. He's,
Doesn't seem to, I mean, when I said, can you spell ABC, he said, yeah, ABC, but not really finger spelling.
I see, okay. So, but he can write?
He can.
Yes, I can write that.
Okay. They put on his bond, this is case number 19NM4688, PTR, he doesn't qualify, but it was a failure to appear at arraignment on a trespass, which we can.
State will make an offer adjudication credit for time served, $67 to cost investigation to the Orlando Police Department. I don't know how many days he has in there.
67 even?
Yes, Your Honor.
He was arrested on 5 days?
Your Honor, I wrote down, I asked him if he wanted to accept the offer from the state, and he responded no.
Okay. Well.
sorry?
Do we know why he didn't, can we find out why he
That's
didn't
what I wrote, that was the
come to
first question, did
court?
you understand that? I'm sorry?
I'm just wondering why he failed to appear, because it's an FTA that he's here on. So and the judge who issued the capias said PTR, but he doesn't qualify. There's two cases? Okay. Oh, that's 19MM 5640. Oh, at the Wawa, yes. There's probable cause for that offense. I'll appoint the public defender in that case as well. I would need, before I would release him ROR, I would need to have more information about why he didn't come to court and how we're gonna make sure that he comes back to court.
Your Honor, he's telling me that he didn't appear at court because he didn't have any clothes. I guess maybe he didn't have anything to wear.
Ms. Rhodes, you can come as you are to court. You have to show up. So why doesn't he qualify? Is he homeless?
Your Honor, I asked him, or I wrote down where do you live, to which he responded, 5306 Botany Court, Orlando, Florida.
That's the mailing address.
I'm sorry?
He has that as a mailing address. He's homeless.
Ah, okay.
Mr. Maybe someone from your office can go spend some time with him. There's an information filed on 19MM 4688. Then we could reset his 19MM 5640.
I was gonna make the same suggestion, Your Honor, because this, obviously, we can't do this over
Yeah.
here. So I'd like to sit down with him and fully explain the
Okay.
consequences of his decisions.
So, I'll give him a bond on 19MM 4688. You want me to just reset the whole thing?
That's maybe for tomorrow afternoon.
Okay, that's
We
fine.
go see him and then,
Okay, let's
Okay.
do that.
he knows he's coming back tomorrow and
Tomorrow.
I'm
We'll
gonna
see
go
you
visit
tomorrow,
him.
sir. Thank you.
And I'll try calling his contacts to see if I can
Thank you. Okay,
see if something happens.
all right. And I don't think Mr. Leon is coming. Oh, thank you very much for trying. Sir, tell me your name, please.
It's Obed Cortez.
So Mr. Leon's not coming? No? Mr. Leon last week?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
It was before Judge Bush last week.
Oh, I thought I had him in the DV report, or maybe not. Did I? Yeah. A gentleman came down to help us sign, yeah. And he doesn't wanna, he's not gonna come? He refused. All right, thank you. I want to see Mr. Leon. I'm not gonna just. IAM.
It's over now. She won't.
All right, I'm just gonna reset Mr. Leon again for tomorrow.
Okay.
I think those are all the interpreter cases that we had. Thank you very much.
Will that be tomorrow morning or afternoon?
It'll be in courtroom 2 in the afternoon, yes.
Thank you.
And then what about Darush?
That's the Arabic?
Yeah. Is that him?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, good afternoon. This is Judge Carter. Are you on the line?
Yes, this is the interpreter.
Thank you very much. I'm going to call the case. This is 19 MM 5624. Sir, please tell me your name.
Al-Mustafa Darush.
اسمك؟
I think we don't need the headphones,
Mustafa
right?
Darush.
Yeah, no headphones. This is the weird one. Sir, you were arrested in 19 MM 5624 for disorderly conduct at a public establishment, as well as 19 MM 5622 for battery and disorderly conduct at a public establishment. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. So there only seems to be one instance of the disorderly conduct at the public establishment.
That's
State,
what I
would you
saw. I
agree?
didn't see another instance.
It's
No
this-
objection to ROR on the 19 MM 5624
Okay.
case.
And then. Okay. And then on 19 MM 5622, so there'll be ROR on the 5624, and then on 5622, bond on count 1 is 500, and bond on count 2 is 100.
Is the interpreter
okay.
still there?
Yes, I'm here. Should I tell him now?
Yes, please.
اوكي لان انت عندك مخالفتين، اولا سوء التصرف في مكان حكومي، والثانيه ضرب شخص في مكان حكومي في مكان عام، فهنالك كفاله على الاولى 100 وعلى الثانيه 200.
You are not to return to Miller's Ale House.
ممنوع تجي الى مكان ميلارد او هاو.
And you're not to have any contact with Richard Polois.
ممنوع تتصل مع الشخص ريتشارد بولوس.
And you're not to possess any weapons or any firearms.
وممنوع تكون عندك ملكيه لاي اسلحه ناريه.
Thank you, sir.
شكرا.
that's all we have. Thank you, Madam Interpreter.
Thank you. Thank you for choosing our service.
Yes. All right, so you said your name was Mr. Cortez?
Yes, ma'am. It's Obed Cortez.
Thank you. You're here in 19 CF 9723. You were arrested for disorderly conduct and possession of hashish. There is probable cause. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance at this time, sir. You need to make sure that you stay in contact with your attorney. That way you don't miss court. If you miss court, they'll issue a warrant for your arrest with no bond.
No, don't worry.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. Your name?
Luigi Lon?
Mr. Lund, this is 17 CF 15106. You failed to appear for a status hearing on June 21st of this year. Your bond is set at none. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office if they weren't previously appointed, sir. Thank you.
Good luck, boss.
Sir, good afternoon. Your name?
Carlos Garcia.
Mr. Garcia, this is 19 CF 9718. You were arrested for burglary of an occupied dwelling. There's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm gonna set your bond at $2,500, sir. Thank you.
Is that a no return as well, Your Honor?
There is, yes, thank you. Sir, you're not to return to 1136 Arnett Road. You can't return to the scene, 1136 Arnett Road. You understand?
No, no understand.
Why don't you understand?
I don't understand too much English.
Okay,
I'll tell him in Spanish.
thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon, your name, sir?
Graves. Deshaun Graves.
Mr. Graves, this is 19 MO 1269. You were arrested for camping and state misdemeanors. And in 19 CF 9719, you were arrested for possession of amphetamine. There's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you.
Oh, okay.
So is there an offer on 19 MO 1269?
I didn't make an offer, Your Honor.
You did?
Did not.
Oh, okay. Mr. Diaz, does he want to resolve that case even though it stems from the CF case?
Do you have any interest in resolving this case? Those two charges? You still have to pay a bond on that one, on possession of amphetamines. He's saying yes.
Yes?
He wouldn't mind resolving it, yes.
All right, so if he wants to enter a plea on 19ML1269. He can do that to court. I'll just need a plea form.
Unless that changes somehow, it can't be changed now. That's what I'm saying. Like the judge can't do anything about it now. Explain it to the judge. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you.
What's new?
It's on the camping and the state misdemeanor charges. Your Honor, it's just the two charges, correct? Camping and state misdemeanors, obviously.
Right.
Ain't nobody said it. What, I mean, what is it? Man, what's the plea for the two charges?
For camping and possession of drug paraphernalia. They're calling it state misdemeanors.
For camping and
Possession of drug paraphernalia.
possession of drug paraphernalia?
Right.
Your Honor, he's upset because I think he believes that the officer never intended to charge him with possession of amphetamines. That it was only supposed to be possession of drug paraphernalia.
I understand, Mr. Gibbs. I can't control what the officer charged you with, but he did. So you have that case here today. I can't have him not charge you with it.
Okay. What's the plea for? What's the plea for?
Are you asking me what I'm gonna give you?
Yes, ma'am. What is it?
It's gonna be 2 days. You have credit for 2. Mr. Graves, you also can't go back to the Lake Eola Park. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, this is what I want to say. If I'm taking 2 days for the drug paraphernalia, but I have no official thing of amphetamines or anything like that.
Mr. Graves, I can't handle the amphetamine case today. It's a felony case, and I can't resolve any of that stuff at first appearance. So you will have that case. You have 2, because you have one you're out on bond for, and you have the new one,
Right.
right? So you're gonna have to go back to court to take care of both of those,
Okay.
all right? Did you read the plea form before you signed it?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions about any of the rights that you're giving them?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Are you on probation?
No, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that would affect your ability to understand what's happening in court today?
No, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to accept your plea. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty as to both counts. Sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. You also have to pay court costs. Those are due by July 8th of 2020. You cannot return to the Lake Eola Park. I'm not going to revoke your bond. in 19 CF 6534 and 19 CF 9719. Your bond is $500, sir.
Oh,
Thank you.
so my bond right now is 500?
That's correct.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good luck, sir. Good afternoon, your name?
Kiana Moore.
Ms. Moore, you're here in 16 CF 11843. It is alleged that you violated your probation by failing to make a truthful report to your probation officer because you failed to report as instructed or submit a written monthly report to your probation officer between the months of August 2018 and August 30th of 2018. It says additional allegations on next page, but I don't have the next page.
And they don't count? They don't exist?
And it's also alleged that you failed to make your court costs, your $834.50 behind. You've also failed to pay restitution in the amount of $30 per month, and you're $1,119.85 behind as of August 30th of 2018. You've also failed to complete your 75 hours of community service within 12 months at an approved location. And as of August 30th, 2018, you had yet to complete any hours. Those appear to be all of the violations of probation, ma'am. Your bond is currently set at none, and I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You'll see Judge Whitehead in the next 7 to 10 days. Thank you, ma'am. Sir, good afternoon. Tell me your name, please.
Dedrick Riley.
Mr. Riley, you're here in case number 18 CF 5082, sir. It's alleged that you violated your probation by failing to report to your probation officer as directed, and as of February 18th of 2019, you failed to report. It's also alleged that you failed to pay your cost of supervision to the state of Florida in the amount of $20 per month, and you are $3.20 behind. It's also alleged that you moved without obtaining permission from your probation officer. You failed to make your court costs, and you're $60 behind in court costs. You failed to undergo a drug and alcohol evaluation, and you were instructed to attend an evaluation of specialized treatment, education, and prevention, the steps, and as of February 18th of 2019, you had not completed that. You also failed to successfully complete your 50 hours of community service, and as of February 18th, 2019, you hadn't completed your community service. Those are all of the violations, alleged violations, sir. Your affidavit seeking the appointment of the public defender states that you make $500 per week, is that correct?
I'm sorry, repeat that?
You make $500 per week?
Yeah, I just got a job at Bubbaloo's on Kirkman in Conroy, but before that, I was homeless. So,
Okay, you've only been working there for a week?
2 weeks. This is my second week.
Okay, have you even gotten a paycheck yet?
I've gotten one.
Okay. I'm gonna appoint the public defender, sir, based upon your testimony today. Your bond is set at none. And then you'll see Judge Whitehead in the next 7 to 10 days. All
Okay.
right, thank you. Sir, good afternoon, your name?
Good afternoon. My name is Joshua Simon.
Mr. Simon, you're here in 19 CF 9720. You were arrested for driving while license suspended with
Yes,
2 prior convictions. There's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And your bond's $500, sir. Thank you.
$500 bond?
Correct.
He does
Thank
have a 5-day hold in place for probation, Your Honor.
So they're probably gonna file a violation of probation, sir, so you're probably gonna be back.
I actually completed everything with probation.
Well, there's a 5-day hold for
5-day
that,
hold?
so even if you bond out, you're not gonna be released for 5 days. And they
Okay.
could file a VOP in that time period, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Hi, sir, how are you today?
I am actually wonderful, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Mr. Butler? You're Mr. Butler?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir. You are here in 19 MM 5684. You were arrested for battery.
Yes, I don't understand why they called it that.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let me tell you, okay? And I want to tell you not to talk to me about the facts of your case this afternoon because everything is recorded.
Yes,
It can
ma'am.
be used later. So today's not the day to put your defense on. Do you
Okay.
understand? Okay. So you were arrested for battery. There's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Your bond is $500. You cannot return to the Speedway at 1000 Car Care Drive. And you're not in any contact with Mark Guglielmo. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, may I request ROR? I'm an engineer. I'm the CEO of a company working with a lot of NASA, SpaceX. You can see my website at theultimatedeception.yolasite.com, which talks about some of this. But I was supposed to pick up my 740 Li this morning at 9, and all my money is in my car, and I could bail myself out, but I need to get out of here to get to my car to bail myself out. So if you can give me a ROR, please, because I've been in Brevard 50 years. My mom's address is on my driver's license. I've been with my mom for 7 years. My brother lives in Brevard. There's nobody, everybody in my family lives in Brevard, owns homes in Brevard. And I understand that if I asked you that, you might be able to do that for me.
Mr. Butler, at this time, I'm gonna deny your request for ROR. I would suggest maybe calling your mom or your family in Brevard so they can help you out.
Nobody has access to my money but myself.
Maybe they can lend you it, and you can pay them back.
I'm sorry?
Maybe they can let you borrow it and you can pay them back.
Yeah, they're not that way. They're all jealous because of my patents. And one last thing, I am represented by Corey Piles. They say I'm not competent, mentally competent. I have I'm missing a portion of my brain, MRI, QEG, Mayo Clinic.
I understand, sir. I'm just gonna deny your request at this time. Thank you,
Thank
Mr. Butler. He does have 3 open battery cases. in
I know.
County.
I saw that.
Ma'am, good afternoon. Tell me your name, please.
Stacy Sheridan.
Ms. Sheridan, you're here for an out-of-county warrant from Lake County, uttering forged bills and grand theft third degree. Your bond is $2,000 on each count. If you're unable to post that bond, ma'am, Lake County will come pick you up and you'll see a judge when you get to first appearance. All right? Thank you.
She's out on bond, 2019 CF 6935.
Orange County?
Yeah, I believe it's.
These charges have been filed.
Yes, it is, Your Honor. The case number?
Can you tell me the case number again?
Yes, 2019 CF 693580.
Was referred to PTD as a status hearing August 19th, 2019. I'm not going to take any action on that case. I don't know the circumstances about the out-of-county warrant, so. All right, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, and then we have Paradise Bellamy. That was the one from yesterday, or this morning, the 33-day motion.
Yes, Your Honor, the state filed it for